Hey, what's up? Thanks for joining Tech with Terrence. I'm Terrence. Look, I had this awesome conversation with an actual cloud engineer, and it was a good conversation. And people are trying to get in IT, people are trying to get degrees, people are trying to get certifications, and just all of it can be kind of overwhelming. So in this video, I'm just going to talk about the conversation that I had with an actual cloud engineer. So stay tuned, big baby. Hey, and get your workout on. All right, so I think it's very important that you decide which industry that you want to get into when it comes to IT. A lot of people, they start with IT support. They start with like some kind of technical support or like some kind of help desk role when they're not too sure like what role that they want to get into when it comes to IT. It's perfectly normal if you don't know, what part of IT you want to go into. You're like a lot of other people. Just go to IT, just go to like help desk or just go to IT support. That'll probably be your best bet. The reason that I actually spoke with someone that was in my actual field that I want to get into, which is cloud engineering, is because, there's a lot of different advice. There's a lot of different websites. There's a lot of different training academies and a lot of different advice on certificates that you can actually earn. But I just wanted to get the nitty gritty as far as the truth, as far as, should I, continue in college and getting this degree, or should I just get a whole bunch of AWS certs, or should I just do a whole bunch of home projects? You know what I'm saying? But the reason I actually talk to someone is because they can kind of give you guidance on, what you should actually do. So I actually, talked to someone that was in the actual field. I wouldn't advise talking to someone that's not in the field that you're trying to go into. So if you're trying to be a DevOps engineer, if you're trying to just do help desk, you're trying to be a system administrator, you just want to make sure that you talk to somebody that's already in that field, because of course they're going to give you the best information. Do you agree with that? Now, the actual engineer that I spoke with, his name was Musa, and he's a pretty cool dude. Basically, he graduated from WGU, and he graduated from the same cloud computing program that I'm actually enrolled in. So, yeah, it was a perfect fit for me to talk with him. My WGU school, they actually allowed a resource for me to actually talk to an actual graduate that, actually has a job in cloud engineering. Specifically, he's a solutions architect, and so he gave me a whole bunch of information on being a solutions architect that I just wouldn't have found anywhere else. This guy's, he's like 20-something years old, in between his 20s and 30s. He's married, and he actually said that his wife actually encouraged him to get his degree and actually go into cloud engineering. And that's kind of similar to me. Everything I do is definitely for my family, for my wife, and just to kind of be a better man, just be a better person. So yeah, this guy, he was a cool guy. So I would suggest if you talk to somebody in the field that you're trying to go into, make sure they're kind of like down to earth. It really helps so much when the person's not an actual jerk. You know what I'm saying? One thing I did before I actually talked to this guy is I was actually prepared. I wrote down notes, I wrote down questions that I had that I just couldn't get answers to. I think a lot of the times, like those of us who get mentors and we have, people that are in the industry that we know and that we talk to, we're just simply just not prepared to actually talk to them. When someone is like trying to help you and they're trying to kind of like guide you and give you really good information, you don't want to waste their time. So what I did was I wrote down a whole bunch of questions that I had to ask Musa for him to answer, things that were just like most important to me, things that I really needed to know. If you're not prepared and you don't really have good questions to ask your mentor or whoever's helping you in that industry that you're trying to go into, it's kind of like a waste of time. You're kind of wasting that person's time, and you don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? So before I get into the next part, as far as what me and Musa talked about, as far as like being a cloud engineer and working in software or being a software architect, I just want to take the time out to say, you know what, like if you guys aren't exercising, if you guys aren't taking care of your actual, your physical health, you're kind of doing yourself a disservice. Your health is a big part of your life, and you're doing all this work to get in IT, you've done all this studying, you're doing everything to get your certs, you're just doing everything you can to have the best career. But what good does that career do you if you're not healthy, though? You know what I'm saying? No, you don't have to become a gym buff, and you don't have to become a bodybuilder, but you can jog a little bit, you can walk maybe a mile a day or maybe half a mile a day, or just take like baby steps. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to do a lot, but the point is that you just kind of do it just a little bit at a time to kind of just get that heart pumping, get your blood flowing, get your limbs working, you know what I'm saying? So you're nice and mobile, you know what I mean? But anyway, let's get into the next part of the video. I'm going to actually tell you what we talked about and just the tips that Musa gave me as far as being a cloud engineer. Let's go. The first tip that Musa gives me as far as becoming a cloud engineer and getting into the field, let's talk about certifications. Musa basically was just letting me know that, I have a lot of certifications. I have A+, I have Network Plus, Security Plus, Cloud Plus, I have Linux Essentials. But what I didn't have was actually the any kind of specific cloud certification. So I didn't have the AWS certification for the cloud practitioner. I didn't have the solutions architect, and I probably need those certificates. Well, I can't. Let me take that back. I don't need those certificates, but most solutions architects, most cloud engineers, they have the knowledge of the solution architect, that information that's in that certification, and then the cloud practitioner, they have the information that's in that one. The cloud practitioner, that one's like a entry-level type of certification. It just teaches you like a broad range of knowledge on what the actual services are inside of AWS. The solutions architect, that's a little bit more like a deeper dive into those different services. You know what I'm saying? For those of you who are trying to be a cloud engineer, no, you don't necessarily need those certificates as far as to become a cloud engineer. Just because you have the certs, I guess what I'm saying, it doesn't mean that you're going to be a solutions architect or a cloud engineer. It just means that you have a good foundation of knowledge. And most cloud engineers, as far as Musa was telling me, is basically that, yeah, you should get those certifications because it just broadens your knowledge. And the more knowledge you have, the better engineer that you'll become. Now, before I get into this last point, I just want to take a quick time out just to say I thank you as a viewer for actually watching the videos and for staying locked in. You know, you're doing what you have to do to figure out information about the IT field or information technology. You're definitely soaking up all this information to get to where you want to be, and I think that's great. You're doing a lot of self-improvement, and you're just trying to be better. And I think that first starts with just knowledge and getting information about what you want to learn about, whether it's cybersecurity, whether it's just about cloud engineering, DevOps, or just any kind of field inside of IT. So that's enough of that. I appreciate you. Let's get into the last point as far as what cloud engineer Musa gave me about graduating from WGU and becoming a cloud engineer. Let's go. Okay, so on to the last tip, and I got to get out of here. My wife is probably wondering where I am. But anyway, so I talked to the cloud engineer Musa. Last question I asked him and the last tip that he gave me. I asked him what would he do if he had to start all over again to go through WGU and become a cloud engineer. What would be the number one way that he would become a cloud engineer, or how would he do it, and what would he suggest to me? His answer is not really what I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to give me some type of cookie cutter answer, but he basically just let me know that your best bet is, if you're going to be a cloud engineer, if you're going to go into any field in IT, if you're in college, is to make sure that you do projects. Yeah, you're earning a degree, which is great, but the degree won't necessarily get you the job. You know, it won't necessarily give you the knowledge that you need to actually do the particular job. Actually working with the hands-on tools, that's going to give you the tools that you need. That's going to give you the extra push that you need to work in cloud engineering or whatever, you know, field that you want to go to in IT. A lot of people, they go to college, they get certifications, but they don't have the actual skills that it takes. And that's what employers look for when it comes to getting into any role or anything like that. Can you do the job? Do you have the skills? So that was his number one advice, is definitely start working with the tools that you're going to be using when it comes to cloud engineering. You have to find out what those tools are, and then you have to start using those tools. So if you're working in the cloud, go to AWS, get into the console, spin up a couple of EC2 instances, things like that. And that's going to help you get more familiar with the cloud. You know what I mean? If you're going to be a network engineer, get you a rack, or get you one of those little Raspberry Pis, put it in a rack, and get you some servers, routers, put it in there, and figure out how configuration works. If you're going to work in a data center, same thing. You got to know how to work with servers. And so the list goes on and on, but the principle is the same. You just got to make sure that you do home labs, and don't just get a whole bunch of certs, but do home labs and you'll be good. But it's been real. Like I say, I gotta go. I've been in the gym way too long this morning, and hope you guys stay fit. Hope you stay healthy. Thank you for joining me for this video. And like I always say, keep God first, and see you guys in IT. Holla.